Hello everybody, my name is Ansem and welcome to a new Let's Play of Crusader Kings 2. If you don't know, Crusader Kings 2 is a game made by Paradox Interactive, or I guess published by Paradox Interactive, made by Paradox Development Studio. It's by the same people who made Victoria 2, as you might be able to tell just by kind of looking at the game. It looks kind of similar, except it's definitely much newer, I think. I think Victoria 2 came out in 2009 or 10, and this came out, I think, in 2012. Not 100% certain though, don't quote me on anything I am speaking of. And the main difference, you might be wondering, between Victoria 2 and Crusader Kings 2 is that you don't really play as a nation as you might have played in Victoria 2. Because like you dealt as countries, but here you deal with specific people. So if I was to click the Holy Roman Empire, for example, like I could be the Duke of Luxembourg. I don't know where Luxembourg really is on the map. Think it's somewhere to the north, but you can play as, specific people. You have to deal with, your heirs, your children, who's going to teach your children, all that kind of stuff. I don't have any of the DLCs installed because we're just going to go straight vanilla into this because, why not? I don't think really, like, as far as I know, none of the DLC is really essential to the game other than maybe the Old Gods, which is, I think, one of the newer ones, or at least the newest big expansion pack. And that really, all it really does is set the date back by like 200 years, so you get to start at an earlier time. But other than that, I don't think there's really that much too important to do in that. And also, one of the big differences is that we're only dealing with Europe here, and I guess Northern Africa, but doesn't really matter since most of it is just nothingness. And for this Let's Play, I think I am going to be playing as Poland, just because, whenever I usually play games of the sorts, or whenever I played Crusader Kings 2 in the past, I guess, I've always played more as the more Western nations. This is more of an Eastern nation, and I've never really done that, and my shirt is annoying me. So I'm going to try that. Again, that's basically all I got to say about that. I still might have to deal with the audio a little bit because it's loud. But at the same time, it's quite, I have the volume at 5% right now, so it's pretty quiet. And our king is going to be Boleslaw the Bold, who is me right now. That's our stats. We got really good martial stats, 21. And we got an overall state martial of 40, which is pretty good. We should probably, I guess our court is already, we have really good guys. Also, I'm going to pick an ambition. We need an heir, so we're going to get a son. I guess, I don't know if choosing the son ambition makes it more likely that you have a son, but I'm just going to assume that's what's going to happen. One of the more interesting things of, I think, I don't know how relevant it is because I've never really played that far into it, but as Poland, I think one of the more interesting things is that we're east enough to kind of have to deal with the Mongolian invasions when they happen in 1220-ish. I don't know the exact time when the Mongol invasions happened. So we're east enough where that might affect us at some point, depending on how much we expand to the east. But we're also west enough that we border the Holy Roman Empire, so we can't really expand too much in that direction. Because the Holy Roman Empire, as you can see, is pretty big, and I think it's the most powerful nation on the planet, or most powerful realm in the nation right now, or in the world, not the nation. I set up a few important map modes. And I don't know how often I'm going to be clicking these and not this. So, we'll find out. Also, we can press some weak claims already, which is nice. On Lithuania, which I think is right. I think it's this one. It is. This little country right here. So, I'm just going to see what everything's like. So, we got our technology there. We have a total of 7,000 troops in our realm. Also, military works a lot differently in this game as it does in Victoria 2. Also, we can, kill people and all that. We can make sure that civil wars don't happen. We got our religion. Let's just see all our laws. So right now the Pope is controlling everything. I'm thinking I'm going to try to set this to low crown authority, which will kind of make it, which we're going to try to play an important role later if we need to deal with people who are very mean to me. So let's just look. I'm just going to show kind of all the map modes. This is kind of like an introduction video, I think, for the most part. But here, I'm just going to kind of show off all the important maps that I'm probably going to be using. Diplomatic, just kind of like the same in Victoria 2. All the ones that are in yellow are the people who I can declare war against. I think blue is people I think I might have truce with. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know who's allies, but allies are way different in this game, as you might imagine. We got religions, we got the Catholics, the Orthodox, I don't even want to try to pronounce that, the Tengri, and we got a bunch of Muslim nations down here, the Sunni, the Shiite, I don't know how you pronounce it, and a bunch of, I guess, weird religions everywhere else. We got culture, so we got the Greeks, the Germans, the Russians, the Polish, Hungarian, the Anglo-Saxons. We got economy, kind of showing you the richer provinces. So right now, we're kind of a decent, we're a good, we're not poor like these northerns, like Sweden's really poor. We're in a good spot right now for where we are. So we got the de jure duchies, which are good, de jure duchies, which are going to play an important role in kind of, you know, claiming more land for us. So I'll explain that whenever that becomes more relevant. We got the de jure kingdoms, which aren't going to be as relevant right now, but they will probably play a much more important role later in the game. We have the de jure empires. So these are basically the biggest kind of unifications of countries you could form. So one of my earlier goals is going to be try to form this empire right here. This like nice, I don't know what kind of burgundy-ish color. We're going to see if we can form that at some point, and I don't think it'll have to lead us to going to war with the Holy Roman Empire. It will not. So this is going to be something I'm going to try to form as early as possible. We also got revolt risk. No one's really going to revolt against us. Our dynasties, which are basically the families that own this. So we got like one family who owns this, a family that controls France, the Holy Roman Empire, England, you know, whatever countries these are. Because I think that's more, yeah, it's more than one, there's more than one like realm here, but it's all ruled by the same family. So that's kind of how it's different. Also, we got opinions. So I guess a lot of people like me, that's nice. I think these are all mine. Actually, they're not, so never mind. We got direct vassals, so we can see, let's look at our country for right now. Right now, we have, I guess, looking at it, 3 vassals, or 4 vassals. So these ones that just say Poland are the duchies or provinces, I guess they're called counties actually, this one, that belong specifically to me. And then we got here, one of these provinces is controlled by Sax. I don't know how you really, sounds like it should be right. And then we got another duchy right here, Mazovia. So he is this guy, and he controls these territories. So if he were to go, for example, if he were to go into a civil war with me, he would have these territories, I would have all of this, unless some of these other guys rebelled, in which case they would probably have to go to jail and be executed at some point. Also, I shouldn't try to press those buttons. So basically, who controls what? You try not to get some people to control way too much land. The volume is still way too loud. I don't know how it manages to do this. Like, look how it's so, the master volume is so low. We got Republic trade zones. I really don't know how this works because when I last played, these weren't even a thing. And then family trade zones, once again, I don't really know. So let's just try to get into this. I don't know how much of the video I've taken up. Oh, it doesn't really matter right now. I'm going to try to play at speed 4 for this game for the most part, because unlike Victoria 2, that game lasts for 100 years, this game lasts for 400 years, I think, or slightly less than 400 years. I think it ends in 1444. Okay, we are already approved that law, which is nice. How many people are even in our court? Also, I might have a bunch of troubles with the UI, because I've never been really good at the UI with Crusader Kings 2. So we got our vassals here. So we got 13 of them. Some of them are just like own like bishops and cities and mayors and whatnot. So they're not really as relevant. I think the bishops probably more so than the mayors. I don't really know how big of a role the mayors really play in the game. Also, this is probably going to show up from time to time. And well, messages here. Most of them probably aren't very relevant. It already looks like there are some infighting between my vassals, because these vassals who own who are kind of part of your country. I'm going to keep calling them from countries, even though they're not technically countries. But they got your vassals who will declare war on each other to try to take more land for themselves, which isn't very good. Also, one of the main reasons to try to get into the medium crown authority, so that the vassals just can't go around killing each other. But right now, I think Fief or Kiev, I don't really know, but they are a different religion than me, which means that we can easily declare a holy war against them. Also, war is much different in this game. You can't declare war for no reason, unlike in Victoria 2. Well, I guess in Victoria 2 you couldn't declare war for no reason whatsoever. You kind of had to make a claim. But you could take a lot of stuff in a war in Victoria 2 if I wanted to. Here, it's much different. Also, the whole war, there's a lot of stuff that are very different, which I'm going to try to explain as the game goes on. The cook is prepared a fine meal, but the priest preached about temperance. Also, one of the another kind of important factor is that a lot of these message pop-ups will come up and they'll kind of change how my character is, his stats. So I can either choose to be gluttonous and have a 45% chance of losing to stewardship, or I can become temperate, which will give me +2 to stewardship. So I'm going to select that. I find it odd how they even give you the choices, because I guess unless you're role-playing, some of them are just objectively better than other ones, which is a bit weird. Also, we can arrest somebody. What's her plot? Leader of a plot. I wish I told you what plot it was. No plots. Kill this guy. Well, he kind of hates me. And when he dies... Wow, okay. So we're going to try to kill this guy, because, you know, when he dies, I get his land, and everybody he wants him dead. That seems to be a big... that's kind of crazy. I don't know why so many people hate him. But also, if we declare war on Kiev, for example, to try to take land in a holy war, there's a big chance that all of these others... Oh, we already killed the guy. Nice. Wait, success? Okay, so I think we weren't discovered in that plot to kill someone, and I think I got more land, but I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, if I declare war on Kiev right now, which I think is probably a possibility... No, go... Which is probably a possibility. I don't? They're Orthodox. Can I not declare a holy war? Like, you're Orthodox. Is your wife the leader somehow? No. Like, can I declare war on them for a holy war? No. Can I not declare holy wars on, Orthodox countries? Like, can I declare a holy... Must have a valid casus belli. Declare war. Also, that's not... I don't have a casus belli? Gain 5 prestige. Nice. Free 5 prestige is always nice. But I don't have holy war casus bellies? Why not? It's a bit odd. Yeah, I got holy wars to the north against these, I know, Slavic and Romuva religions, but not, I think, against the Sunnis over here, it might be hard because, you know, they're just so far away. But I don't know why the Orthodox. Are the Orthodox not heretics? Let me just look at religion. I've never actually ever looked at this tab, so I'm not even too sure what information it can give me. But, like, are they considered heretics or heathens? Because I know there's a difference. But anyway, let me just look. Who are... So these are... I might go to war with the Slavic nations, because there's... You know, the Slavic nations are much smaller. So, you know, we're just going to go... We're going to try to quickly expand, because I also need to... Also, I got another territory for free. And I also need to expand to be able to claim that empire at some point. Also, we're going to lose a duchy at some point. Who are you? Who's that? My courtier. Who's this guy? So he's... some Orthodox guy. Who are you, though? Well, I mean, might as well. She's the wife of the guy who we just killed, so I probably don't want him in want her in my country anymore. And also, let's go to war with the Slavic nations, because, you know, they're weak, and I can easily take them. Let's go with Pomerania. So, you know, we're just kind of also showing the way how the game works. In terms of the war, some guy, who's he? I can call him Ryzan as the war, but that's not going to be very, you know, useful. So we're going to raise our army levy, so this is basically how the military works. Every time you want to declare war, you're going to have to raise your army levies, and then when the war is over, you have to lower them, and if they're raised, you can't declare war on anyone else because you have your troops raised. So basically, it's as if everybody's starting from, I guess, ground zero, depending on how you want to think about it. Like, they're at the bottom. Like, nobody has troops. They all have to organize before anything happens. Also, I guess this other country probably joined the war as well, yeah. But it doesn't matter. We are like 2-1 on their forces. So we should probably just easily crush them. I don't think there's any way where we're going to lose this war. And then we're going to get these territories. Ooh, skill tactician. Wow. These are really good stats. Okay. I don't know how much it really affects. And it shows a battle your men are brave, corner some guy, and kill him. Well, he probably shouldn't have fought against me. Diplomatically reject, because I think the other ones make that guy hate me. So he won the war, or won the battle, I should say. We'll select him. We'll go, crush the rest of those guys. My wife is pregnant, which will hopefully give me a son and allow me to kind of, make sure my empire doesn't fall at like super early in the game. Let's also split our armies up a little bit. I think there's a button to easily split. No, don't disband. That's kind of a bad thing to do. No, there actually isn't. A blow is struck. Well, that's fine. We're going to split up our armies a little bit here so we can siege as much as possible. Another difference between this and Victoria 2 is that it didn't matter how many troops you had when you started sieging a province, because you can have one guy and still be able to siege. But here, you actually need to have the right amount. So you need to have over the amount of guys defending. So here we have 851 guys defending. And there's 878 guys defending. There's 714 of me attacking. What's the supply limit here? Attrition. Supply limit is 500. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess you guys don't really even need to be here. Like, the supply limit here is really bad. Like, why is it winter or something? Well, okay, it is almost winter. But why is it so unbelievably bad? Like, what's the supply limit here exactly? 1,000. It's really bad. Like, how many guys are defending here? Oh, now they can't even siege because they've lost so many guys to attrition. Wow. I really didn't see, like, why is the attrition so bad? Forest in the base attrition is just +5. We are going to win the war. I think maybe as soon as we siege just one territory, it would probably put us up to 100%. As you might have noticed, we already are at 70%. Because unlike Victoria 2, when killing an army only gave you a certain amount of... No, you go back. No, you 880. You go... How will the 900 go there, and then the 800 can go down there. But unlike in Victoria 2, where killing soldiers, well, only gave you a certain amount of... Only gave you plus 25 war score at the max. This game, basically killing all their soldiers can easily get you up to the 100% war score that you need. I don't like this at all, actually. I can't get a lot more guys because they're already basically all raised. Just trying to make sure that I don't win. As soon as these guys all die, that might put us up to 100%. Oh, focus on heavy infantry because I think they're the strongest. 90%, which is excellent. Actually, as soon as we kill these next 1,000 guys, we probably are going to just win the war. Because that might just put us at the 100%. Can you just kill them off, please? That'd be lovely. And as soon as that happens, we might just win. But we are losing war score because we don't actually own these territories. So actually, we're going to lose that battle. Well, I thought this would go a lot better than... I might have been a bit too ambitious just to go to war straight away. And I should probably set my guys to actually do stuff. Because for right now, let's research economy tech in our main building. We are going to try to fabricate a claim on whatever nation this is. I think it's actually part of Hungary, but it doesn't really matter right now. We will get a small mercenary group. They kind of have to at this point. Like, I probably shouldn't have declared war this early on. It's kind of my own fault. But actually, we're going to need to fall back because I don't really like where, this grouping of soldiers is going. Yeah, you guys just sit here. Get 20,000. 2,200. So that should be enough to at least kill them off, please. Thank you. Get 82%. We capture somebody. I just want them dead. That'd be lovely if you can do that for me. 81% still. Don't know how many guys we're going to have left. 400. You're going to die again. I don't know why I'm not getting war score for this. But it's fine for right now. I kind of sucked that I had to hire mercenaries. But what can he do? I guess not hire the mercenaries, not go to war this early. But that's just not my style, as you may know. The noble distinguished himself. Excellent. Good work, Mr. Nobleman. Let's try to split these armies up a little bit. What's just a faster way to do this? Well, that kind of sucks, but you know, what can he do? What's the attrition like here? It's 1,000, right? Actually, no. There's no attrition here at all. This flying was 1,000 for some reason. You know, reasons. So hopefully we can kill off these 183 guys. I think that, like, we've already won the, like, I know we're not going to lose the war, which is good. And then after this one war, I might already end the episode, because it's kind of been a lot of time me just kind of explaining the very beginning of the game, just kind of setting the tone for how it's all going to work out. And hopefully I've done that, like, I've done a decent job of that. Now they're getting attrition for no reason. I don't really understand why, but I just want them to win the siege. Like, we're losing a lot of war score. Let me just look at the... Is there a way I can bring up this? Yeah. It's 31%. I'm losing 31% just because they own all these territories still. These countries are actually at war now? Army of Priest Lek? I'm not 100% too sure how you pronounce that. And the people are being mean using casus bellis. They use them. Hopefully we're not actually going to get into a war at all. But looting this one province might just win me the war. Which would be excellent. Which would be... There we go. So then we can press our claims. We will enforce our demands. And there we go. We've made Poland a little bit bigger. We've gone one step closer to... Also, we can get a duchy, which is nice. We can also hold a grand tournament, which I will do. I guess we'll go into that next time. We need to also get some mayors and some bishops to take some of this land off my hands, because I cannot rule cities and I cannot rule bishopries. For obvious reasons, I'm not a prince and I don't feel like ruling a city. And also, I should probably lower my armies now. So that's just kind of basic how the game is basically going to work out. I might as well just kind of get some mayors, get some bishops, just kind of show how that works. This guy will become the mayor of 2 cities, because like I said before, I don't really think mayors are too big of a threat to me whatsoever. So he's going to become mayor of 2 cities. We're going to give this guy, this nice old man, who loves me a lot and wants to get married, but that's fine. I don't really care about his desire to get married. He will become a bishop. Here we go. We reset our domain size back, which means basically we cannot hold more holdings than this number, because then we cannot tax effectively. People will hate us for doing so. I just want to make sure people aren't mad at us for holding too many duchies, which we might. Yeah, we hold 2 too many. How many duchies do I hold? Don't I only hold, like I said, I hold 4. It's a lot more than I thought I did. So let me just see. This guy... Nah, I don't. Let me just look at my direct vassals here. Direct. There we go. So these are ours. So who was the mayor of these cities? I don't even remember. I already kind of forgot. So, mayor of... That's my spy master. Vassal. Like, what is he? He's the mayor of these places. So, I will give him the duchy of that area, because I have to give away 2. A new great house has risen in the forefront. Did I just make a new country? No, okay. It was just green because of the region that it's in. Okay. Does your duchies? I want direct vassals. Okay. And then what other duchies do I hold? I have some down here. Is that really 3 duchies, though? Yeah. Mazovia? This guy, he only holds 1 county, so it can't be that bad. You can do that, and then I think I'll have the amount of duchies appropriate. Female heir. Oh, I had a daughter. I didn't even know that. How old is she? 2 already, which is nice. And people don't like female heirs, and they don't like female rulers. So if she becomes the Queen of Poland, we might have some issues to deal with if that happens. So I should still try to have a son. But thanks for watching the first episode of Let's Play Crusader Kings 2. Tune in next time, and we will probably take, you know, this land, but I try to take some more of these other smaller countries around me because they deserve to be under the lovely Polish umbrella of power. Goodbye.